Uncharted is out now, and it stars Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and is directed by Ruben Fleischer, who also did the Zombieland movies and that recent Venom movie, right? My initial impression was that I liked it. The movie stars Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake and Sully. And I watched all the trailers for this. I got hyped for this. I was really excited to go out and see this movie. And it was a fairly good experience for the most part. It was a fairly audacious treasure hunting movie. And the 6.7 there it's fairly accurate as to where I would rank this movie. It had shades of that movie Red Notice with Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, that kind of cheeky adventure, hey, things just happen to be right here, Deus Ex Machina kind of stuff. Antonio Banderas plays the bad guy in this, along with Tati Gabrielle, and we'll talk about that in a few moments. But guys, the tomato meter is out now, and that's something that I've been tracking for the longest time, and I want to briefly talk about the scores here, because going into the weekend, we were tracking it last week, and it was like around the 40 to 50% by the critics, and you can see that it's fallen to 39% now, but it's 90% for the audience score. So for the most part, a lot of people are responding to the Uncharted movie, and yes, things just happen where it's just like, that wouldn't happen. That would never happen in a million years. It's totally unrealistic. There's no way that gravity works like that. You're telling me that this cavern just happens to be underground here, that nobody ever checked? Yes, it has stupid things in it like that. A lot of stupid things in it like that. And it didn't take me out of the film, because I realized that that's what this is. It's exactly like Red Notice. In that respect, that things just happen to be like that. I gave it a pass for that stuff. So I wasn't hard on it for that. I was a little bit hard on it for the fact that Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg don't look or act anything like the characters from the video game. If you were a fan of the video game, then you're not going to like this representation of Uncharted whatsoever. But somebody said it in a comment section of one of my videos about this, is that he said he saw it in the IMAX, and the visuals in it are spectacular. It does give you that fun little ride, and that's it was infectious. Like the final scene, the big huge action piece at the end with the boats flying through the air, it pays off. But the movie is long, guys. It's an hour and 56 minutes, and I felt like it could have been chopped down to about an hour and a half. Cut out a lot of the backstory with them being kids, because they're trying to set up this franchise for future storylines, which the post-credit scenes do sort of elaborate on. Yes, there are post-credit scenes, so pay attention to those. I don't feel like it spoiled the movie, but I'm giving it a better, generous score than I should, because Tom Holland is really giving his all here. You can tell that he was invested in this character. He wanted to do a good job with it, because he also helped put some of his own money in it, executive money into it. But guys, based on his passion for it, I got to give it a little bit more of a generous pass. But as audacious as the story is, I liked it, but I would have to end up agreeing with around the same amount of people out there. I would give it a 6.5 out of 10 for Uncharted. There you go, guys. It's something that I would watch again if it was on the streaming services and it's just on in the background. I'll go clue in to watch those big action set pieces, but it is ridiculous in parts. I agree with you and with the criticisms out there of that, for sure. Is there really any point to talk about spoilers for this? Antonio Banderas dies like a chump. I hated that. I hated that so bad, because he should have been the big bad guy, and it's just kind of like, You bring in the secondary character that's supposed to be now the big villain. That felt tacked on. It felt like it was like, what are you guys doing here? What are you doing? It lost its momentum a little bit, and it does do that. But that's my review for Uncharted, guys. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it.